Okay, in this video I'm going to be describing what my Base-12 calculator app is like. So it's an app that I download onto my phone, or that I downloaded onto my phone. I can't show it to you directly because I'm using my phone to film this video, but I'll describe it and put it on the screen here next to me. So you can see it's got all the regular look of a calculator, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with A and B at the bottom. There are other numerals that exist. I was actually using them here. Dec, you can see Dec and L, like a sort of an X with the little wings on one side of the X, and then the L is like a backwards 3. I think A and B is fine if that's easier. Those do exist out there, but I don't know if it's, I want it to be easy. So that, A and B is fine. So, but you count 7, 8, 9, A, B, and then your number that looks like 10. And then of course, multiplication, division, plus and minus, and equals down the side. Decimal place, the 0, and parentheses are handy. I don't even use parentheses that much, but they're there. They're handy if you want to use them. And then you got that clear, base, and delete. So clear just wipes the screen clean back to the start. Base is for this particular app, and I don't think we need it. This app enabled me to switch bases. I can go to any base up to 36. And just that it was able to include that as well, plus all the other features it has, makes me think that it's not that hard to write something like this. But I think we should also just stick to Base-12, keep it simple. And then the delete button is if you're typing and you make a mistake and you want to just delete the previous character. So it just goes back 1 with each hitting of the delete button. So the screen on top can accommodate 3 rows of numbers or numerals, and each of those rows is 26 characters long. So that gives you over 75 digits in your question. And so you can make a big question that has up to 75 digits, and then you hit equal and you don't even see your answer. But so that little arrow there in the middle, I can put my finger on that and scroll down, and that whole front screen slides away. And I take a picture here, I sort of half slit it so you can see, and you reveal the equations that you've been working on behind, like your history, and then the answer to your last one. And so this, the display of your answer can also accumulate. So if you do a question, you get a big answer, then you want to say multiply that by 2, you just hit times 2, and then it'll do that for you, and you get an even bigger answer. And then you can kind of keep doing that. And the other day I was curious to work on a particular series of numbers, and it was 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, and then times 20, 21, 22, and I got like 60 or 70, and I kept just multiplying the previous answer by the next number, and I was able to get a huge block of letters or numbers in there, and that was really useful just to have that access. It's like a little computer, and then you can work with that. So that's the real trick, is to have the access to really long big blocks of letters or numbers, and that's a big feature for this, not having to just go E times 10 to and have a bunch of zeros or something, but really be specific and be able to work with large numbers. So that's the real selling point with this particular app. That's a big bonus to have that. So you can see the display is 2 colors. The white and yellow is nice to have that difference. It just kind of makes the answer pop a little bit. If you try to do something that the computer or the calculator isn't capable of doing, like a negative equation, it doesn't work in negatives. So if you 7 minus 18 or something, it just says invalid format. So if you try to do something, or you mix up your numbers or do a mistake, it just says invalid format, so you messed up. And other than that, I think that's basically it. You can see what it looks like, and being able to delete and work on the previous equation, those are good features. So I think that gives you a good head start, in terms of what it looks like, what's an easy format, nice big buttons to push. Doesn't have to be complicated. Simple is better. Keep it simple, and let's make it available. This would be a really big help for the community to have access to Base-12, and the calculators that are out there right now are not very good, and so this is a good one. I don't know why it was discontinued, but if we can get something out there, that would be great. So I don't have any resources at this time to pay anybody for this. So so you're kind of on your own, and I'm not really sure how to even sell something like this. All the apps that I see are just for free on the internet, so I'm not really sure how that works. But I'm just putting this out there for anyone that wants to, pick it up. And if you want to do this, that's great. And if you're more familiar with how to how to make some money from it, great. I will obviously be marketing a good calculator because I want to really spread the word and make this math accessible to everybody who wants to take part. I think it's important to get the ball rolling. And so if there's a good calculator out there, I will promote it when I have a larger voice. Right now my voice is very small, but it's steady, and we'll get there. So that's basically it. So I hope you can pull this off. I've talked to a few people, but nothing's come of it yet. So I'm still waiting to see someone really do something with this. So I'm hoping that maybe you're the one if you're watching this. So thanks for that. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can do that. Ask if you have any questions. Okay, I just thought of one more thing that might make an improvement, or might be an improvement, is to give the answers to division questions longer. Make the answers to a division question to be able to be 100 digits, or 110, or 144, or some kind of number like that, where you just automatically, if it's a repeating decimal, you just keep repeating until you max it out. And if it's what we're calling irrational numbers, have it go for that many decimals. Like, just let it run, keep doing the equation and generating the answer in, if it turns out to be that way. So something like that would help. So if you've got the book, you realize that pi goes for 108 decimals in base 10, 96 in base 12, it's the same number. So it would be great to be able to punch in the equation for that and get the full answer, and then work with that number. Or see, and there's going to be other versions of that number that are similar, multiplying that by 2, or doing similar equations. Getting an answer that's about 120 digits long would be great. And maybe having the display larger, therefore. So something, I'm just trying to think of modifications now. But again, keeping it simple is the best. It's just not just about the display and the answer. And having that front screen rolling down is great, so you can get an answer that's bigger than what you have the space to see with the keypad up, but you roll it down, you have access to the right numbers. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.